about units. We talked about metric system and quantity versus unit. So we know that quantity, okay, like speed, like volume, like density, those are what we are measuring. The unit, okay, is the meters per second, the milliliters, the grams, the seconds, the feet, if we want to go with our US system. Now, what is a derived unit? Okay, we added a funky little word in front. So a derived unit is a mathematical combination of base units. So essentially, we have to solve for the units. We know that speed, also referred to as velocity if it has a direction, is equal to distance over time. So my unit for speed is a derived unit. So if I ask you how fast are you driving, typically someone is going to give me an answer in miles per hour. Now, once again, in science, we don't like to use those. So we're going to use, say, meters per second. Now, volume's a little bit tricky because if we're thinking volume of a liquid, we're thinking milliliters. If we're thinking volume of a gas, we're thinking liters. Now, if I'm thinking volume of a solid, okay, like if I were to ask you to solve for the volume of this shape, let's pretend I can draw better than that. If I wanted the volume of this, it's going to be length times width times height. So our derived unit for volume, if we did, say, centimeters times centimeters times centimeters, frequently that's the volume that we'll see in chemistry. That's going to be in centimeters cubed. Now, if we're saying it's a mathematical combination of base units, well, so maybe we're thinking meters cubed would also work for this, okay? That also works if I were to ask you to find the volume of a sphere, okay? Volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. So that right there is going to tell me r cubed, radius cubed, that's going to give me a cubic unit. My last one here, density, we should remember, is mass over volume. If you don't remember the equation, you're going to break my heart. Makes my little m over v. Now, density, we'll see in grams per liter if we're talking about a gas, or grams per milliliter if we're talking about a liquid, or grams per centimeter cubed if we're talking about a solid. But if we are solving for the unit, it's considered a derived unit. Now on to temperature conversions.